Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
Nobody in that arena came prepared for what happened next. There was no warning, no sign, no dramatic build-up. One moment, the lights were warm, the crowd was loud, and everything felt exactly the way a celebration should feel. The next moment, time seemed to hesitate. A familiar smile faded, a body lost balance, and in front of thousands of stunned faces, a young actress collapsed on stage. At first, people thought it was part of the show. Phones stayed raised. Cheers hesitated, then thinned out. But within seconds, the atmosphere shifted. The sound dropped. Not because the music stopped, but because the crowd did. Something about the stillness felt wrong. Too real. Too sudden. That was the moment many viewers later said made their stomachs sink. Because when something goes wrong on a stage this big, there is nowhere to hide. No editing, no second take. Just reality unfolding live. What followed wasn't chaos in the loud sense. It was quieter than that. A heavy kind of silence. The kind that spreads when people realize they are witnessing something they were never meant to see. Staff moved quickly but carefully. Someone knelt down. Another person stepped in front, instinctively blocking cameras. From the stands, it didn't look dramatic. It looked serious. And seriousness, when it appears without warning in a place built for joy, has a way of gripping everyone watching. That is why millions click. Not for spectacle, but because the moment felt unfinished. Like a sentence that stopped halfway through. The night itself was meant to be memorable for entirely different reasons. A major concert, months in the making, full of surprise appearances and carefully planned moments, designed to delight fans. Backstage, schedules were tight. On stage, smiles were effortless. Everything ran on timing. Yet the body does not always respect schedules. It does not read call sheets or contracts. When it reaches a limit, it speaks its own language. Witnesses later described how quickly concern replaced excitement. Some noticed how pale she looked. Others remembered how the air felt suddenly cold, even under hot lights. A few said they felt embarrassed for still holding their phones, unsure whether to keep filming or lower their hands. That uncertainty, that split second of not knowing what the right thing to do is, appears in many of the fan-recorded clips circulating online. It is one of the reasons the footage feels so unsettling. No one is performing. Everyone is reacting. One reaction in particular caught the public's attention. While one person stayed close, calm and focused on protecting the situation, another turned and rushed away from the stage area towards the backstage corridor. It wasn't graceful. It wasn't calculated. It was fast, urgent, and visibly emotional. People who recognized him immediately felt something shift inside them. This was someone known for composure, someone trained to keep control under pressure. And yet, in that moment, control disappeared. Those who were present say his face changed completely. Not panic in a dramatic sense, but a raw kind of fear that comes from recognizing a situation is more serious than it looks. Industry colleagues later commented that they had never seen him react like that in public. Not once. That detail alone became fuel for endless discussion. Because when someone who understands the environment reacts that strongly, viewers begin to question everything they were told afterwards. Medical staff arrived swiftly. The venue was prepared, as large venues always are. But preparation does not equal reassurance. Minutes feel longer when someone is lying still. From different angles, different stories emerged. Some claimed she didn't move at all. Others said she opened her eyes but couldn't sit up without help. The truth likely sits somewhere in between. What matters is not the exact second count, but the collective feeling that it wasn't something minor. Beyond individual concern, the incident opened a wider conversation. Not an angry one, but a reflective one, about how success is measured, about how endurance is praised, about how often exhaustion is reframed as dedication. For years, audiences have been conditioned to admire relentless schedules as proof of professionalism. But moments like this force a reconsideration. At what cost does that admiration come? Interestingly, there was no shouting, no accusations, no public conflict. That restraint may be why the story traveled even further. It left room for viewers to project their own thoughts, their own worries, their own experiences of pushing too hard. Many comments came not from fans, but from people in completely different professions who recognized the signs. The skipped meals, the ignored headaches, the belief that resting can wait until later. In the days following, attention slowly shifted away from speculation and towards something quieter. Gratitude that the situation did not end worse. Appreciation for those who acted quickly and respectfully, and a lingering discomfort about how close things came to crossing an invisible line. The kind of line no one notices until it is nearly crossed. Perhaps the most striking part of this entire moment is not the collapse itself, but how normalized the explanation initially felt. Exhaustion, as if exhaustion is an acceptable endpoint rather than a warning, as if collapsing in public is simply an unfortunate scheduling issue. That normalization is what unsettled many viewers the most. This story does not need a villain. It does not need rumors or dramatic conclusions. Its power lies in its simplicity. A human body reached its limit. A room full of people witnessed it. Millions more watched afterwards, sensing that something about this moment mattered more than gossip. If there's any lesson here, it is not about slowing down careers or lowering ambition. It is about recognizing that resilience has boundaries, and ignoring them does not make them disappear. Sometimes it only makes them visible in the most public way possible. Thank you for staying with this story until the end. If you appreciate thoughtful updates that go beyond headlines and focus on the human side of real events, consider subscribing to Update X24SOH. Your support helps us continue bringing you stories that matter, told with care and balance. We read your comments, we value your perspectives, and we're grateful to have you here. Stay curious, stay kind, and we'll see you in the next update.